One Bay Area city are fighting for their heritage. The city's struggle involves citizens of Port Richey going to bat to keep their city as is. Proposed legislation would do away with it and transfer everything to the city of New Port Richey. News Channel 8's Marcia Crawley reports on the struggle and the decision to put it to the people.
Well, see, I'm working here.
Francis Mallett's family came to Port Richey in 1872, before it was a city.
And this is my grandfather and grandmother. They were the first permanent settlers in Port Richey.
She couldn't imagine the town being called anything else.
Port Richey was the original. It was here first. So why would there would be no new Port Richey if there was no Port Richey.
Yet Mrs. Mallett still isn't sure how she'd feel if the two cities became one. Over at Port Richey City Hall,
if people feel passionately about something, they should be able to say it.
Their minds are made up. The city council's convinced political favors are behind proposed state legislation that would abolish their town and let neighboring New Port Richey gobble it up.
It's an outrage. It is a violation of the rights of the citizens of this community.
The council agreed to give the people of Port Richey a voice and put the matter to a vote.
We want to remain Port Richey, and we want to get on with our future. Thank you.
Meantime, Mrs. Mallett can see some benefits in a merger.
We don't have a bank in Port Richey. We don't have a school in Port Richey.
Her family's held office and owned land in both towns, and she's open to both points of view. But she believes too much political maneuvering behind the scenes is hurting what her ancestors built here.
I want what the people want.
And now the people will have a chance to affect the future of two towns. In Pasco County, Marcia Crawley, News Channel 8.
Port Richey residents will vote April 8th to decide